The reason why men die younger than women is multifaceted. First off, it has to do with their focus. Guys are told, do your job, don't complain. And unfortunately, they don't really know when to go to the doctor. So my biggest thing is that they don't get in the game, that they don't get regular checks. Number two is that they're symptom minimizers. They have a boo-boo, they don't go get it checked. And that's why the statistics show that if you have a significant other, you live longer because they make you go to the physicians. The other is that they have a lot of stress in their lives. Guys internalize a lot of things, they don't really express it, and that stress takes its toll. The various things you can do to be well, I sum up in eat well, move well, sleep well. A lot of it starts with nutrition. Hippocrates was the one that said, let nutrition be your medicine and medicine be your nutrition. It's really tough to get guys to eat vegetables. They would rather sort of do a lot of things, but I realize at some level, hunger, vegetables do taste good, but that's the number one thing. If I can get them to eat some vegetables in their diet, a lot of times we blend it so they have like a fruit smoothie with very little fruit but a lot of vegetables. Movement is very, very important. We all heard of that, 10,000 steps, that sort of thing. But a lot of them commute or have desk jobs. And so movement, even an hour, 6 days a week, does amazing things. And before, when we were younger, we thought of intensity. Now it's what I call LSD, not the drugs, but long, slow distance. That if you walk even 2-3 miles an hour for an hour, 6 days a week, that does amazing things. And the final thing is sleep. Guys just, because of a lot of factors, don't get good sleep. And if you're above your ideal weight, a lot of times you'll have sleep apnea, you'll snore. And even though you're in bed, you're not actually getting good, restful sleep. So if they can do those 3 things, plus every now and then get checked by a provider or physician, they will do much better. Guys don't know when to go to the doctors. A good little rule is 2, 3, 4, 5. Go twice in your 20s, 3 in your 30s, 4 in your 40s, every year after 50. Most guys get a high school physical, and the next time sometimes I see them is when they're having their heart attack. So if I can get a guy just to come in, and that's where, as a family doctor, but sports medicine, I see them for an injury, sometimes I can sneak in a little bit of health. So if I could do 4 things, eat well, move well, sleep well, hence be well, and also get checked on a routine basis. One of the biggest things that's coming out is not the individual going out as a lone wolf and getting in shape. It's your society making it easy. You really want to live in a place that it connotes movement, where you go walking, that connotes good food, meaning mostly pescatarian, a lot of fish, a lot of vegetables, not really dough. I jokingly say dough is the devil. We love dough, but dough is the devil, sugar is Satan, and pasta is poison, because it actually stimulates our appetite. That's why they give you bread when you go to a restaurant. So 6 days a week, if you can get good vegetables and protein, that works well. Actually going to something, either church or something once a week, increase your lifespan 14 years. Then there's something where you only eat about 80% of your food. Most people don't realize that you're actually okay if you just get to about 80% of the food that you have in front of you and leave a little bit. Most people overeat, and that tends to obesity. The other is plant slant. It's just hard to get vegetables into your diet. You really need 5 above the ground green vegetables. And Ken Cooper, who invented the word aerobics, had a nice phrase that said 5 is fine and 9 is divine. The more above the ground green vegetables you get in, the better your health is. Actually, a little tiny bit of wine at night is not necessarily bad. 1 is good, 2 is bad. Having a purpose for your life, having something that gets you up in the morning or keeps you up late at night just to stimulate you. And that really has to do with, especially with guys, is getting out and still being social. Don't go into your cave. After that, it's take it easy, stress, reduce. Try to get it so that you're not so stressed all the time that you give yourself a chance to relax. And the final thing is what they call moving naturally, which means you don't necessarily have to do Pilates or CrossFit or some formal things, which is totally fine if you want to do it, but just to get into a place where you can move naturally. And walking seems to be one of the best things to do.